In this video, we are going to see how to distinguish different payment links from Stripe. So let's say that I have got different products on Stripe and here I want to distinguish between the payment links. Now here we have taken an example that every time there is a checkout which has been completed on Stripe, which means the payment has been made for the particular product, and I want now to create a contact in my email marketing platform. Here I have taken the example of Brevo, but at the same time I want to distinguish between the different payment links. How can that be done? For this, I am going to integrate these two applications, and the same thing can be done using Pabbly Connect software. So here my trigger application will be Stripe and my action application will be Brevo. Now how can this happen where I can distinguish between the payment links and then create an update contact? To understand this and integrate and automate this entire process, let me take you to my screen. To begin with the process, we are first going to type the URL pabbly.com/connect, and here we have reached the landing page. On the right hand side, we have the options to sign in or sign up. Since I'm an existing user, I'm simply going to click on sign in. If you are a new user, you can sign up. It is not going to take more than 2 minutes. Here we have reached all applications page. These are the various applications of Pabbly, and here we are going to click on access now for Pabbly Connect. As we do that, we have reached the dashboard. On the right hand side, you can see a tab create workflow. Let's click on this. And a dialog box has appeared which is asking us to name this workflow. Now what is my objective here? My objective here is to distinguish different payment links from Stripe. So let's say that what I want is every time a payment is made in Stripe, then automatically a contact must be created in Sendinblue. Now here I want for different products, different links should be distinguished. So I'm going to click on create here. And as I do that, here we have reached another window which has got two extremely important events. One here is trigger, another one is action. Now triggers and actions are basically those two principles or concepts on which this entire automation works. Trigger is when this happens, action says do this. Basically action here is the response of your trigger application. Now as per this integration, my trigger application here will be Stripe. Let's click on this. And the trigger event would be checkout completed. So now here you can see we have received a webhook URL. So this is going to act as a bridge for connecting Pabbly Connect with Stripe. Now I'm going to copy this and we have to follow the following help desk. Let me show you what exactly we have to do. So here I have already logged into my Stripe account. So I'm in test mode here. Let's go to developers. We have to go to webhooks. And now here on the right hand side, we have the option to add endpoint. Let's click on this. Here I'm going to paste the URL. And then if you wish to add any optional description, you can do that. Then the version. So here I'm going to select latest API version. And then the events. For this, we are going to go to checkout. And here we have to select checkout session completed. Let's click on this. Add events, add endpoint. So as we do that, here we can see our webhook is all set. Now as I take you back to Pabbly Connect, here it is written, once you have added the webhook URL, do a test submission so that the data can be recorded here in the webhook response. So I'm going to take you back to Stripe and let's go to payments. Here we are going to go to payment links. So here we can see there are different products and these are the payment links. Now I'm going to copy this link, open this in a new tab over here. And as I do that, here is the payment page. Now I'm going to add the details here. Let's say these are the details. And here we have the card information. This is the CVC. And now I'm going to click on pay. So as we do that, here we can see our payment has been made. Now I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect and here, yes, we can see that our API response is here. What is the type? Checkout session completed. Then as I take you down, here is the object success URL. Then here we have the payment link. This is extremely important. This here is the payment intent. And then again, as I take you down, here we have the details. So this is the customer name. Then here we have the phone number. This here is the email address of the person. And then here is the customer ID. And then as I take you down, here is the total amount. So here we can see that it was for 500 rupees and here it is showing 50,000 because the payment gateways, they do not take decimal into consideration. Now once we have received this, what do I want? I want it to look for the product so that the payment links can be distinguished. So here in my action application, I'm going to choose a feature by Pabbly, which is lookup. So this is a lookup table. Now this lookup table is actually going to help me look up for the values. So what is the action event? Lookup table. Now let's click on connect. So as we do that, here we have to enter the lookup key. So what is it that I'm looking for? So here I'm going to look for the payment link. So I'm going to map the information. How? Let's click on this, go to the previous step here, and as I scroll down, here you can see this here is the payment link. Now the fallback value, so here the value to be used if we do not find a matching value in lookup table. So I'm just going to leave this blank, and now here I'm going to enter the label and the value. So the label here is this link that we have received. So I'm going to go up, and here I'm going to look for this link. Yeah, here it is. So I'm going to copy this, and as I take you down, I'm going to enter this link over here as label. Now what is the value here? For this, I'm going to first take you to my Stripe accounts. So here you can see what is the name of the product. It is MySQL. And now I'm going to take you to my Sendinblue, which is Brevo account. Here let's go to lists. And here you can see these are the various lists that I already have created. Now what is the ID for Stripe MySQL? So this here is the list that I have already created. So if it goes to this particular list, the contact would be created here. And here the number is 44. So here I am going to mention this number 44 over here. Okay. Now I'm going to add more labels here. So let's click on this plus icon. So again, I'm going to now go to Stripe, and let's say the next product is spoken English. So I'm going to click on this. Here we have got the payment link from the address bar. So I'm going to copy this, go back to Pabbly Connect. Here I'm going to paste it. Now for this value, I'm going to take you to Brevo account, and for spoken English contacts, we have the number 45. So here I'm going to enter 45. Next, I'm going to add one more, and here again we are going to go back, and let's say this time the product is test product. So this here is the payment link. Let's copy this, go back to Pabbly Connect, paste this over here, and now I'm taking you to Brevo, and for test product the number is 46. So here I'm going to enter 46. So now what is going to happen every time this workflow runs? This step is going to look up for these values. And now as I click on save and send test request, so here we can see we have received the response. This means that right now the payment has been made for this particular payment link, and this here is the name of the list in Sendinblue, which is Brevo. So this is how we are going to distinguish between the various Stripe payment links. Now what is my final action step? Here I'm going to add a contact in Sendinblue. So again here I'm going to look for Brevo, and the action event here would be to create or update contact. Let's click on connect. So here Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with a Brevo account. Let's click on add new connection. Now to enter the API key, first log into your Sendinblue account, and then you have to click on this hyperlink. So I already have logged in, and now here we have reached SMTP and API. We are going to the API keys, and here I'm going to generate a new API key. So let's say here it is a test key. Now I'm going to click on generate, and here we have the key. Let's copy this, go back to Pabbly Connect, paste this over here, and let's click on save. So once this is done, here we have to fill in this information. So first of all, the contact email. So I'm going to map this information. How? Let's click on this, go to step 1. Here we are going to look for the email address of the person. Here this it is. And then we have the list. Now here we have to enter the list ID. So I'm going to turn this mapping button on. Here I'm going to delete this, go to lookup table, and this here is the list value. Once this is done, do you want to update contact? I just want to create a contact. And now here we can enter these details. So let's say the last name and the first name. So I'm going to click on this, go to step 1, and let's look for the name here. So here you can see the name is Pabbly Connect, but here we have the first name and the last name together. So I need to split this. For this, I'm going to add another action step here, and this time I'm going to use a feature by Pabbly, which is text formatter. And now the action event here would be to split text. Let's click on connect. And now the text to split. So again, let's map the data. Go to step 1. Here, let's look for the name. And here is the name. Then what is our separator here? The space in between. So I'm going to write double curly braces, space, bracket closed. And which segment do I want? I want all segments. So I'm going to click on save and send test request. And as I do that, here you can see we have received our desired result. Now I'm going to take you back to Brevo and I'm going to quickly set up this connection once again by selecting the existing connection. And once this is done, now I'm going to take you down. For the last name, I'm going to click on this, go to step 3. This here is the last name, first name. Let's go to step 3 once again and here is the first name. So we have here entered the email address, first name and last name. If you wish to enter the other details, you can always do that. I'm going to click on save and send test request. And as we do that, here we have received the positive API response. So it is saying that the contact has been created. Let's go and check the same in Brevo. Let's go to all contacts and you can see that yes, Pabbly Connect, this particular product has been created. Let's see the details. So here this is the email address. Here we have the first name, last name, and you can see that it has been added to number 44, which is Stripe MySQL list. So this means that our integration is a success. But we also need to check the same in real time. So I'm going to take you back to Stripe. Okay, let's go to the payment links once again. And let's say that this time I want to pay for spoken English. So I'm going to copy this, open this in a new tab here. And now here let's enter the details, card information. And now I'm going to click on pay. So as I do that, here you can see that the payment has been made, which means that now this contact must be created in Sendinblue. So let's go to Brevo. And here I'm going to quickly go back and refresh this page once. And here we can see another contact has been created. Let's check the details. So yes, here we have the email address, which is this. This is the first name. Here is the last name. Then this time you can see that what is the list? It has been added to Stripe spoken English contacts. So this means that our integration is a complete success. Now I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect to understand what we have done. So here now I'm going to take you up. The first trigger application here was Stripe, where the event was checkout completed. Then our action application was a feature by Pabbly, which is lookup table. And here we looked up for the values. And then our action application was text formatter, which is again a feature by Pabbly. This we used to split the name. And finally, our action application was Brevo, where we had to create or update contact. So I hope this is absolutely clear to you. If in case you have any doubt, you can refer to the workflow which is given in the video description. You can also clone the same and start to process immediately. Apart from this, if you have any specific integration to work on, you can always write to us.
Not only this, but you can integrate multiple applications using Pabbly Connect software. To ask any of your query, you have to write at forum.pabbly.com. You can also visit our website, which is www.pabbly.com/connect. To get all the details about the latest updates, the integrations and applications, you can visit our Facebook group. If in case you have found this video helpful, then do not forget to share this with your friends and colleagues so that they can also get into automation and make their life easy. I'm going to see you very soon with different integrations and automations. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Take care of yourself.